Okay, notable albums 2020, extreme metal music. As ever, if you just want the music, playlist will be at the end here somewhere, and if you've got any recommendations for me from the year 2020, put them in the comments below. Okay, this is what I bought in 2020. Oh, first off, I put out Chronomedy in 2020, which is like weird industrial black metal type stuff. Also yesterday I put out my MIDI Do album, so check that out as well. But right, back to CDs. Armageddon, I think that's how you pronounce it. Armageddon, a Svindelfilf at Stiptiv. I've no idea how to pronounce that in Swedish, but it's a really cool album, this one. Decent, like Swedish black metal. Very experimental stuff here from MRTVI, very experimental stuff. I should imagine that there would be a lot of probably Class A substances involved in the creation of this, because it's very strange. But what a wonderful job Transcending Obscurity have done putting this out. A lot of time and effort and money has gone into producing that, which doesn't often happen for such experimental and weird music, because I can't imagine it shifts a lot of copies, but very interesting listen nonetheless. Okay, Sinistral King, Serpent Uncoiling. These are sort of bombastic behemoth type septic flesh. They have lots of like quite orchestral moments in there and very big bombastic sound. Very good stuff. Atheos or Atheos, Words of Eroding Worlds. These are a band from Ireland, I believe. Yeah, I really like this one. It was quirky. First sort of started off a bit like death metal-y, but definitely sort of went into like almost a little bit of proggy type stuff, and it's just nice to hear a band that is being a band without trying to be anything else, if that makes sense. Like not trying to be too brutal or too black metal or too whatever. It's just coming out as it naturally would. And that's a really cool album. Well worth checking out. Okay, Naglfar returned with Ceracloth. Perhaps that must be something to do with probably dying or death or something, I should imagine. Probably looks like something you might drape over a corpse. So this was a cool little comeback album. I don't think it's as strong as their early material. For me, they sort of peaked around Harvest. That was one of their sort of like best albums, and the cross between the earlier, more brutal stuff and the catchier later stuff. But it's still a decent album. Okay. Oh yeah, this is really cool actually. Sarvecus of Atavistic Fury and Visions. To be atavistic, I think, is to have great reference for the past, something like that. So I had to look that word up. Not much going on behind the CD, but pretty cool band photo there. Really decent sort of pagan black metal. This, well, really like that one. Really good. I have to check out if they've done anything else since. Serment, I think these guys were French-Canadian. They remind me a bit of that Fortressy band. Fortress. Really cool sort of atmospheric black metal with nice use of keyboards throughout. Decent. Okay, Aranzai Pazuzu, back with Mestarin Kinsey. If that's anything like the Cornish word for Kinsa, that means first, but it's Finnish, so it probably has no correlation whatsoever. But you never know. Anyone who speaks Finnish can tell me in the comments. If I was more less lazy, I could just go and type into Google, I suppose. But anyway, I wasn't so keen on this when I first got it. It was like a bit more like a little bit more mainstream. There's a high budget video and stuff. I mean, that's okay. Bands grow and become, like I said, I fell in love with this band and their first record, 2008, and the split, and the one shortly afterwards. For me, that was my favourite era of the band. This one really grew on me, and the more I listened to it, I sort of came back to it. I think maybe a year or so later, and then So actually, this is really, really good. So I like albums like that. Oh yes, the unpronounceable band Malokarpatan or Malokarpatan. Really, really cool release. These guys do the Eastern European folklore thing very well indeed, mixed in with like traditional heavy metal and black metal elements, and yeah, they're just a really kick-ass band, and I'm glad to see that they are picking up and getting success they deserve, so that's excellent. Okay, Kraken, are they V's or U's? Who knows? Divimvirate, perhaps, or Dumb. I think it's Dumb actually. Dumbvirate, Kraken Dumbvirate. The stars below, the seas above. It's a really cool sort of funeral doom album. This one, very, very decent on Silent Future recordings, which I've never heard of apart from this album before. But yeah, it's quite a nice. Decent, nice little booklet there that came with it as well. It's a nice release, and I am partial to a bit of funeral doom now and again. Okay, oh, this is a banger, this one. Command, a couple of young chaps just belting out some really fucking attitude-ridden, gnarly death metal, really. Just like, yeah, I mean, lovely sort of like fields of corpses, just everything's minimalistic, and the attitude levels are pushed up to 10. Just, yeah, super satisfying record, that one. Gene from Angel Corpse pushing on with Perdition Temple. Really, really good album, this one. Nice and, I mean, it's Gene's riffs are just awesome. They're always awesome. They're super tight, just crazy. He's almost like the, I don't know, the Jeff Hanneman of I don't know, Black Death, I suppose. Yeah, he just writes some absolutely killer riffs. So yeah, fast. Always got that thrashy sort of energy in there as well. So really cool album, that one. This is, I thought, really impressed with this one as well. Sinister Deformation of the Holy Realm. Yeah, I thought this was a really, really solid release from Sinister. They've had their ups and downs over the years, but this is definitely an up, I would have said. There's some really, really decent, catchy songs on here, and cracking beer drinking music, this album. Good stuff. Nice packaging too. Okay, Piron with Abscess Time. I haven't listened to this one all that much, but I remember really liking it. Another one of those bands I should be listening to a lot more, but there's only so many hours in the day. Okay, anyway, that's a good one, so I'm going to put that in the pile with the other good ones. Oh yeah, this was a very impressive album from Vader, Solitude and Madness, absolutely flying along, this one. I think this is definitely a standout in the more modern era of Vader. Yeah, absolutely cracking. Drums ripping, riffs ripping. It's Vader, so it's just awesome anyway, and yeah, great album. Well, this is a really cool band, Prometheus, Resonant Echoes from Cosmos of Old. I think these guys are from Greece. Myths are original revelations of the preconscious psyche, involuntary statements about unconscious psychic happenings, and anything but allegories of physical processes. Carl Gustav Jung. And I've read a bit of Jung myself, and the subconscious is basically where everything seems to come from, and then we just have control of this little bit where we can communicate and share our subconscious thoughts and ideas together. But this isn't a video about that, this is a video about metal. So yes, very decent sort of dark death doom, really cool. Loads of, I still remember some great sort of dark melodies and stuff in that one, really cool. Fintroll, I wasn't the biggest fan of the sort of jolly Fintroll stuff, but this album's a lot darker, and it's still got obviously the folky elements to it, and yeah, I really, really like that one. Yeah, really like that one. And I do like some of the like earlier, jollier stuff as well, but that one really grabbed me for some reason. Okay, this looks like the top three for me. We got Butcher with 666 Goats, Carry My Chariot. Absolutely awesome speed metal. Really, really just like ripping non-stop. Very high energy music. Reminds me a bit of sort of like Rain in Blood or like those early thrash albums. Just yeah, non-stop, total like adrenaline fueled speed thrash metal. Awesome album. This was an incredible release. Sadly, Eric passed away, so the remaining members of Deeds of Flesh got together and put this album out, and I'm glad they did because it's absolutely phenomenal. Well, I mean, Deeds of Flesh definitely do not have a bad album. They're all just really, really great. And yeah, this was a very fitting send-off for Eric because he was a very, very important guy in the tech death scene. Started Deeds of Flesh very early in the grand scheme of things, and obviously owned the unique leader label as well, which early on put out some absolutely incredible stuff. Wasn't so keen on the later output, went a bit corey for me, but anyway, regardless, this is a very fine album. And my favourite of 2020 is easily this, because I just think it's probably one of my favourite albums in the collection. Defeated Sanity, the Sanguinary Impetus. Yeah, just such a masterclass of complex, brutal death metal. Crazy, like jazzy time signatures as always. But the songwriting for me on this one is just so good because sometimes they just go off so mad and your brain's like struggling to keep up, and then they just kick back into like a 4/4 bonehead riff, and it's like there we go. It's like, come on, we'll hold your hand, and then off we go again, and it's, oh man, I absolutely love that album. Awesome. So that's 2020 done. I guess I will see you next week for 2021. As ever, if I've missed anything in 2020, stick it in the comments below. If I like it enough, I'll answer this. Okay, cool. See you next week. Cheers.